Good morning. How is everyone? Thank you for joining us. We are going to go ahead and start on time. I know we have 3 working elevators and people are coming in, but let's go ahead and let's get started. How is everyone? Happy Wednesday. Do you know what's happening today? What's special about today? Come on. National Cheeseburger Day. Sure. What were you saying? What's happening today? Come on. You guys are in real estate.
Is it the first day of fall?
No.
Oh.
Who is meeting? There's a special meeting going on.
Federal Reserve is meeting today.
Yes. This is rough. They're meeting today. We've been all waiting for this day for days. I know. Anybody watching it live? You know they're streaming it? No? Okay, we got to ask Dale all about how do we access it along with Matthias in a minute. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. Normie.
Oh, you say click on the bot. Try it again. No, just click on it.
Here we go. Bucket fills. Just like every week, somebody and something to be grateful for. New
Here,
babies,
Liska's got-
listings, houses, marriage, divorce,
Yeah.
outfits,
Without fail.
vacations.
Without fail.
Okay,
What's new?
I
Liska.
have business and personal. Business, I had a listing someone had contacted me on, and then they didn't want to get the listing, but they didn't have an agent, so I was able to convert them into a buyer on a different property, and we close tomorrow. And then my son plays football. He does not start, but whenever he gets an opportunity to get out there, he does well. And last night he got an interception, so I'm excited for him.
That's awesome.
It'll be starting in no time. It'll be starting in.
Jimmy,
What you sitting way over there for? Man. That's it.
did you share last week about your special event for Olivia?
No.
Look, come on.
Okay, so she just shared, but no, we got to do a quinceañera for my daughter, so that was super cool. And honestly, that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for real estate. So super thankful for that. And then my daughter, same daughter, she going back piggybacking off of Liska. She plays basketball. She's been working super hard all summer, and she had a game winner last night. And then they're moving her up to varsity as a sophomore, so which is super cool. Yeah.
All right. Any other bucket fills? We have Bamshi. Okay.
I want to give a big shout out to Tanya. She's always helpful. Whenever you need anything, you call her, she will come up with a solution. Last week, we had to do an open house. One of our guys couldn't make it. It was on the final day. I called her, hey, do you have somebody? And she made arrangements. So I just want to tell her that, I thank you for everything that you do, and you're always there to help people. So
Yes.
appreciate that.
Love it. Look at that.
One more? Online? Going once? Going twice? Moving on. All right, our business partners, come on up and tell us about the live stream of the meeting and any other updates you might have, of course.
How you doing, guys? This is Matthias with Home USA Mortgage. So, Yana, you've already kind of gave the big news. The big news today is Fed meeting. If you don't know where to find it, Google it. It's probably going to pop up everywhere. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. So that would be what, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. our time. So what's going to happen, right? That's the big questions. We've heard about potential rates kind of dropping a bit, anywhere from about, 1/4 to 0.5%. So what does that mean for you guys? We're probably going to start seeing more traction as it relates to applications, which potentially leads to more pre-approvals, which leads to more business being closed. So let's get prepared for that. I advise everybody to tune in. It's good to be informed and all this stuff. I'm sure we're going to all be getting a few calls about this. So let's be proactive about it. And as always, we're always here to help. I appreciate it.
Good morning, everyone. Just to kind of add to some of that, there's talk that the Federal Reserve may lower interest rates 1/4 of a point today. It might be 1/2 a point. When you look at what the stock market is doing and what the bond market does, the 10-year bond dictates or runs fairly closely to what mortgage interest rates are going to do. The bond market, the 10-year bond is off, meaning it is not improving on the news that potentially the Fed will lower rates. When we look at this over the last couple of weeks, as rates have come down, we say that the rates are built into the market, which means it's already anticipated. The great news potentially would be that if rates are lowered more than anticipated to maybe 0.5 percentage point, investors that invest in bonds and mortgage-backed securities and invest anywhere in our economy may feel more comfortable, and it might help lower rates quicker. We want to really be on the lookout as any indications that the Federal Reserve may say today, moving forward for the next couple of months until the end of the year. The consensus is they will have 3 more potential rate drops. That could be fantastic for potential buyers. You've got to get them approved, pre-approved, so that they are ready to make offers and close quickly to get those offers accepted. We're here to help you all do that. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's Eduardo, the Reliant Mover Concierge. I just want to let you guys know, just as a reminder, I got nothing new, but I'm here to take care of your clients when it comes to all the utilities, and that's either buyers, renters, could even be you, yourself, friends, family, and that's with anything water, gas, trash, recycle, electricity, home security, all of the above. If you have any questions or, have any clients who need help, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be here all day today and tomorrow. Other than that, thank you guys so much.
Hi, I'm Angie. This is Lacey from Patent Title downstairs. We were just coming by to give you guys a heads up about our Understanding Assumable Mortgages class that's going to happen tomorrow. You can RSVP. You can go downstairs and RSVP. Also, we have something else going on.
So we just wanted to let y'all know or remind you if you don't know, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And so in honor of that and support for those little warriors and their families, we are having a drive downstairs. We have a box and we're asking if you guys could consider helping donate like beanies, blankets, socks, stuffed animals, comfort items, and that these items be new in condition and try and keep that in mind who you're donating for. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have a donation, we have to drop it. Oh, downstairs in our office in the lobby, we have a box.
Yes, so if you guys have a donation, you can go ahead and drop it off downstairs. They are gonna have a box in the lobby. Now, I have a permission of Barbara to actually expand on that a little bit. The Child Cancer Awareness Month is very special to us and very important to us. You don't know how challenging it is for the family until it hits you or until it affects somebody that you know. And so for those of you that are newer to our organization, our very own Barbara has a granddaughter that was kiddo that unfortunately battled with osteosarcoma, correct? Thank you. For quite some time. And our office is known for being what we like to call Reagan's Army. And I was blessed enough to be able to fly to San Diego when Reagan passed away. And it's been a very challenging time. So what the families are experiencing while their kids are spending years and months in hospital is something that nobody can even comprehend. So a blanket, a toy, a simple, a little act of kindness that can truly make a difference and make their stay more comfortable. So thank you so much for considering and dropping it off downstairs in the lobby. We certainly appreciate it. All right. Well, I would like to go ahead and welcome our lunch sponsor. Please come on up. Let's give her a round of applause. If you don't mind to stand in front of the microphone, we have a lot of people online as well.
Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Like they said, I'm Morgan with the Emerson Property Management. Norm, were we able to get that started? Perfect. I have just a quick little presentation. I'll make it under 7 minutes, so I'm going to kind of fly through. But to start off with, we are a full service property management company here in Houston. We'll service anywhere from an hour from downtown, and for long-term rental management over single family residentials or multi-unit up to 4 units. So no commercial or anything like that, but those single family residents is what we specialize in. We now manage over 300 doors across Houston. We aren't new as a company, but started back in 2016, 2017 by the owner. His name is Cameron Tope. He actually was looking for third-party property management over a portfolio of about 35 properties back at that time. Had some bad experiences with what he was finding in property management in Houston, and then started Emerson, took on some friends and family's investments, got to around 80 doors, and now we manage the over 300. So in the last 5-6 years, he's really built out our entire company and processes to tailor to owners and investors. We manage every one of his properties with all these same processes and team members. So he's kind of built what he would think is the best property management company to actually take care of them in the properties, not treat them like a number. And he has no desire to ever grow too big and sell to a national company like a lot of these small, great property management companies have in Houston. So we'll always only ever be in Houston. But will this click me through really quick? So we can take on any vacant properties and do listing, advertising, all of the leasing if needed for a client of yours. When we do, we actually offer them a 30-day leasing guarantee because we get a really good advertising team to do and get in and do all of that. We'll do a little video walkthrough like this for the properties as well. This was one in Katy. We listed and leased in 8 days. So we only do just these leasing renewals and things like that, just really tailor and prioritize them, of course, get it done quickly. Again, we'll get it across the MLS and all those other platforms with our Texas licensed real estate agents through Emerson, and then offer a 30-day leasing guarantee to those owners. If it's not leased to a qualified tenant in 30 days, they'll get 2 months free management services. So him as an investor, again, knows how important it is to not be sitting vacant, still having all those vacancy costs during that time and missing out on the rent cash flow. And then we'll screen every tenant super strictly. It's actually through an AccuTrack company, screening company, third party. We've evicted less than 1% of the tenants that we've placed with using them. And obviously with 300 doors, that's a lot of applications. They're just going to go through all of that strict screening there. Our average days on market last month was 24 days. For the year of 2023, it was 26. So again, we're keeping it under that 30-day mark. Rent goes to our owners on the second Friday of every month. So even in August, it got to them on the 9th. So that's kind of an early month for them, but it will never be later than the 15th. And we obviously have all online streamlined processes. So 99 of our tenants pay on time by the 3rd. We can do all of their inspections, make ready, move out, the move-in inspection, all through On-Site Pros is our trusted embedded vendor for that. But we'll compare those move-in and move-out inspections. Of course, they take literally 250 photos of the whole property to do the security deposit itemization for the owners as well after each of these. Our maintenance teams, a lot of them have been with Cameron, the owner, for up to 10 years now with some of his properties. So with our amount of doors, they're not taking any other outside maintenance work. So we get really high priority and pricing for them. We'll get stuff done under 3 days for the tenants to keep them satisfied. They're actually staying around 3 to 4 years on average. And last year we had an 85% renewal rate across the portfolio. So again, the tenants are staying happy with this maintenance. The 30-day leasing guarantee I already mentioned, the eviction guarantee, because we screen them so tightly, if they fall under that 1%, we'll cover up to $1,000 of the legal fees for those owners and facilitate the eviction, of course. We'll also get a new tenant in place, whether it be a broken lease or an eviction, at the cost of Emerson, of course, and not the owner if they were to ever leave prior to the lease end. Pet guarantee, we're gonna allow pets in every property. I'm sure y'all as real estate agents know when they try to not let that happen, it cuts tenant pool by a very large amount. So we will allow pets, but go through a strict screening as well, collect a monthly rent based off of the score that they get after they're screened, and then we'll cover up to $2,000 worth of pet damages, carpet, baseboards, and things like that. And then the satisfaction guarantee, essentially, we're just month to month, no 6 or 12-month contract they get locked into. So if you're ever not satisfied, we don't do any onboarding or offboarding fees either. So truly, he just wants them to be happy or hopefully find somewhere else they are. These are our fee options. So you can see, first of all, we're flat fee and not percentage like a lot of other property management companies. That's because we're going to raise rent at least 2 to 5% on the tenants every year, whether they're staying or going. And basically these owners get locked in at this rate on that month-to-month basis, and we'll never raise them. The a la carte, you're still going to get all of the same services through the monthly management as the classic, but you'll see you just kind of pay out separately through the term. So you can pay less monthly, pay separate for those annual processes, or pay more monthly and not pay when those come around. And he made that option again because we have some owner occupied accidental landlords that get into this and need that more monthly cash flow basis for everything, or are set with the $299 and just don't ever have to worry about anything. But we have a no hidden fee guarantee. They'll ever only see these charges on their owner statement. No admin fees, processing fees, nothing hidden. Our maintenance, again, last year they did a study of across our portfolio. We only averaged 2 to 3 maintenance requests per property, and the average work order of that was $172. So again, they give us pretty good pricing, and they get it done under 3 days. And so the average turnover as well was 1,700. And then I found that home inspection report based off of a Houston study. You can see that the larger the house, it obviously gets very expensive, and we only charge them $149 for an annual inspection. This is one of our reviews. They found Cameron, the owner. He has a YouTube channel. He does a video every 2 weeks for the last 6 years about growing Emerson and his rental portfolio. An owner found him on there. We got her place leased in 10 days, and then her property manager has been really easy to get a hold of. That's Cameron on top and that I've been talking about. The bottom left is Liz, our leasing agent. And then the bottom right is Margot Brofton. I'm not sure if any of y'all would know her, but she's been in the industry since 1981 and is the president-elect of NARPM. So we're super lucky to have her. She's always up to date on all of the things. But our realtor referral program, which can help you guys out for any, does anyone heavily work with investors? A couple people. Okay, perfect. Work with investors, you guys, because what you can make from one transaction from not, you can make with 5 investors in the same month. So we can talk about that later. I'll be here for questions for everything after. But if you are ever selling a property to someone and they were looking for property management for that rental, turning it into a rental, we'll give you $350 for an occupied unit. We sent one out yesterday. Someone called us, was having some tenant issues. Her name's Karen Marvin from Lucky Money Real Estate. She called me and we got her $350. $1,000 if it's vacant. Once we lease the property, we'll give you the $1,000. But we are awesome and guarantee to return all of these clients to you guys for those big buying and selling transactions. Literally, it's in our management agreement right there. That's section 26. Y'all have the first right of refusal, and they have to put all your license number and contact information. So we want y'all to keep going and getting them more properties in their portfolio so that we can manage it properly. But I know that that's been a problem in property management in the past, obviously, once they kind of get in taking those clients, and we never want to do that. But I can also help with rental estimates, CMAs, rental market. Obviously, y'all are here. We go up to Conroe and all the way down to Galveston. So if y'all ever have, again, just questions in rental markets in any areas, we can help. But hopefully, again, y'all get in with some investors, because I'm telling you, it's the way to go. And we can all help each other in the future.
Thank you.
I tried to make that really fast.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
There's a lot of useful information. Can you share the presentation with the team?
Absolutely, yeah. She even said, I think, give me the email roster, so I'll.
Hey, Morgan, can you go back to the prior slide?
But also the number on those pamphlets and then everything on my card is all my direct, so please reach out to me anytime. I know y'all work all hours of the day, you too, so literally anytime.
What Morgan was saying for those of you online is that she is going to be emailing the presentation, and then also the cell phone number that you see over here is her direct line for any questions that you might have. All right, Verna, take it away. Fast. 3, 2, 1,
Alright.
go.
So classes and upcoming events, you know, we have every Friday, 1 p.m. It starts at 1 p.m. You get the updated docs, Q&A, mastermind happening right here in our training room. Tomorrow's the big day where you discover, if you haven't already, your value. The value you give is basically setting you up for the value that you will get. It's a packed house, so I'm gonna leave it there. AI powered real estate marketing is happening September 23rd. So that's this weekend or Monday, one of them, Monday. Gifting that gets referrals is happening next week as well. I think that's on Wednesday. And then KWYP game night. Remember, you don't have to be under 40 to participate in this game night. The vibe is youthfulness because age is just a number. It's happening at our central location. Invite others, other real estate agents that are here or not here. Shredding Hunger is coming up on October 19th as well. So Greg will talk a little bit more about that, as well as Fire Up. Okay.
We will talk about
We'll
that.
talk about that some. So put that on your calendar, trunk or treat. We still need more people to volunteer their trunks for trunk or treat. We'll talk a little bit more about that. That's happening October 26th. And then finally, Encore on Saturday. The value is happening on November 19th. All right. So
Awesome. Go ahead. Take it away, Dimash.
We're running out of time.
Yeah,
All right.
quick.
Don't have to say too much on value because guess what? We have a loaded house. If you have not registered yet, I might have a couple of seats left for tomorrow. That's about it. So we're gonna have a full house. Come early. For those of you that have already registered, I did send out a updated email that had the link to the material for participation, the participants guide on Monday. So make sure, I recommend you print that out. It's your choice if you want to keep it digital. But make sure you have the handy. We're going to do a lot of work on that. Not only is it going to cover, are we talking about trust and value and how you can be a fiduciary and not a functionary? We're going to focus on how to build the framework to have a solid listing presentation and have a buyer consult that Sarah will do. Okay. And it's regarding how can you provide value while you're having those consults. Okay. At a high level. Due to popular demand and how quickly Value Tomorrow got filled up, Sarah and I have decided we're going to bring it on a Saturday, and it's going to be November 9th. We're giving you well in advance notice right now. So it will be November 9th on a Saturday, same stuff. Registration will begin after tomorrow, okay? So you'll start seeing the registration for that. It's going to be the same link. All right, starting Friday.
All right, awesome. And one more thing that we are launching is this a brand new class or class workshop, whatever you want to call it, series for 5 weeks. That's going to be led by Michael Flores. Michael Flores has a mega team at the Signature office, as well as he's a Bolt coach, and then Sarah Detmore. So what they have done is they have partnered up, and instead of us doing our annual Bolt, we have decided to pivot. What are you going to find is a lot of useful information as a combination of activity-driven workshop that is going to be covering current market best practices whenever it comes to buyers and sellers. Again, it's going to be 5 weeks. Now, this class will have a cost because of their valuable time, and it will be again for 5 weeks starting October 17th, every Thursday for 5 weeks from 9 till 1 p.m. All right, Greg, take it away. Give him a 1 clap.
How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Awesome, awesome. So my name is Greg. I'm a marketing director here in the office. Just a reminder, anytime you need help with marketing, need services, just need resources, just need some feedback, I'm the guy you can reach out to, and I meet one-on-one, or we can meet through a Zoom, or of course you can check on things I have on my website at agentmarketingdesk.com. Just a few things to know. So Shredding Hunger, that's coming up. That's October 19th. So that's in a month. So we're a month away from it. So there's an event, for those who don't know, is a food drive essentially, where if people donate a bag of food, they can have their sensitive documents shredded for free. So like this is right after taxes are done, and a lot of people have hordes of papers. But of course, you as an agent can also get your papers shredded as well. And of course, you can donate food as well. So this is for lead generation, but of course, this is served for you because you're of course part of the Fort Bend and KWSW family. So definitely the organization East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry, they need the food. This definitely supports a lot of families in the area. So definitely participate. The week after is Trunk or Treat. So last year we had about 1,500 people attending. I think we have about almost 50 trunks, but we want a lot more trunks because, the idea is that we're going to have all these kids, all these people in the community, and want to make sure we're able to service them by having enough candy. So if you haven't registered for a trunk, you should. It's an amazing lead generation strategy. I know a lot of you are looking for different ways to touch your database, contact your neighbors, contact your community. Definitely a great opportunity for that. As well, you as an agent, if you don't have a trunk, you can participate and show up and take advantage of this really fun event. So definitely be there October 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. These are just some pictures of it. We're going to have some trunk kits and more information on what you need to set up your trunk. But it's pretty simple. A car and a trunk and some candy. Really simple. So definitely come out in a big way. We do have other marketing materials for those who are using it for lead gen. So we offer door hangers and flyers as well. We did send out everyone a flyer that you can use, that you can either print out or post on social media. For any reason, if you didn't receive it, definitely reach out to me and I'll make sure you guys have a flyer to promote the event. I think we missed up on boom. And then on Monday, we're doing my AI class. So I'm teaching a class it's for ChatGPT, hands-on with ChatGPT. So it's gonna be about 2 hours. It's a really great class. I think everyone should attend. If you're not using AI in your business, guess what? You're falling behind, because AI is not going backwards. It's gonna stay forever. So, I go from basics to intermediate to some advanced things on AI. So I definitely want you to go through a listing presentation, content creation, and more. So definitely want to make sure all of you are there. Boom. That's what I got for today.
Okay, awesome. Is there anybody trying to scan that?
I was away again.
Can you move or make that smaller or make it go away?
No.
There we go. No,
Here
I
we
wouldn't
go.
have been able to scan with that thing in front of it. All right, are we
Got
good?
it?
Are we good? Oh, no. I gotta take
Let's
a
all
picture.
wait for Sharon.
Yeah. Sharon, do we know how to do this, Sharon?
That was me having fun with you, Sharon.
Okay, awesome. Quick thing right here. Stara needed to step out, so I'm up here real quick. She said she was kind of under the weather. I think she just wants to try to be better than me tomorrow, so she wanted extra time to go prepare for value. But for those of you in PC, that the mastermind is still going to be going on. I will lead it, okay, in the lead gen room at 12:30. Okay, so we'll see you guys in there. What do you know? It's
Come
me.
on, 3 minutes.
Oh,
Go.
3 minutes. All right. Some of you may be wondering, oh, what's my next title I'm going to get? Well, the lovely Gloria actually just gave that to me today. Apparently it's lead geek. And on that context, I have a geeky update today that's been a while since I've given. So some cool updates in Command that have come up. First and foremost, what's cool about when you add a relationship now, before you could only add a relationship and it was just the person's name. Well, guess what? Now you can do the name and email and phone number all at the same time. So that way you don't have to go back and add all that later. All right. So you can go straight into the opportunity and create and send out stuff. All right. So that's pretty cool. So that was one. Another one, there's been a quick update to the one-off email composition, right? Where you can now send off one-off email straight from contacts, right? And that is the merge fields. So now you can personalize that one-off email to go out. Because remember, you can send it to as many contacts as you want. It's not a bulk email going out. It's a individual email going to each person. And now you can do merge fields, so you can customize it. So it can say, hi, Bob, hi, Sarah, hi, Jack. Okay, so it's extremely personalized. So that was a huge update. All right, and this one is brand spanking new, smart due dates. So now when you have a checklist created and you have tasks in those checklists, you can actually have a smart due date. For example, you can say, okay, before or after this particular date that's in my opportunity. For example, if you built your system out and you order closing gifts after or before closing for your closing for your clients, Well, you can now have a notification that you can say, hey, 10 days before my closing date, give me the notification so I can remember to order my closing gift. Okay, so before every date like that, or home inspection date, okay, let me follow up with the home inspector a day after my home inspection so I can go over the inspection report. All right, so now you can actually have smart dates that can be on or before a particular date that you've entered in opportunities. Cool? All right, was that 3 minutes?
Fantastic. Thank you so much. You guys ready to have some fun?
Here you are.
Yes? We will talk about a lot of numbers and have fun. How does that sound? Can I ask you for a huge favor? Because it is important. Okay? I know that we are in real estate and we are busy, but is there any way you guys could put your phone in your purse, pocket, and just give me your undivided attention? I know we are used to multitasking. All I'm asking is for 10 minutes. Yes? Can we do that? Thank you so much. We are going to do a vote. So we know that at 2 p.m. the Feds are meeting. Everybody has a different story about what's happening. And you and I are going to be discussing market. But before we do that, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. Back in August, Gary Keller just threw 3 scenarios that he sees for 2025. Well, yesterday, the chief economist has met with Jen Lewis at KWRI, and they actually kind of printed the scenarios, and they gave us basically 2 options. I want to run the 2 options by you. We are going to take a vote, and then we are going to look at the local market, and then look at it again, okay? So here is our 2025 scenario. Our option 1 is unemployment below 5%. If I misspell anything, I get a free pass. I'm ESL. Interest rate are going to fall to low 6s. Now, what's going to happen over here? We already know if the Fed is meeting and they drop, that does not necessarily mean an immediate rate drop, right? However, what's important to actually discuss over here, that they took a while to meet and we are not going to see a fast drop, okay? Now, what that's going to do, though, is it will result in more sale. However, the recovery will be slower, meaning they're estimating home sales to be approximately at 4.5 mil. To give you a perspective, we were at 5 to 6 mil during our peak season. When was our peak season? Our recent one. Yes, exactly. So that's our option 1. Now our option 2. Rates. Sorry, staying to unemployment. Unemployment, 6 to 8%. Keep in mind, this is 2025. Okay? Which what that will do is they are going to make the interest rates go down faster, right? If that happens, the projection is it will go to 6% and below drastically in the Q1 of 2025. What that scenario would result in is approximately 5 mil sales, okay? So sales, they should do this for tall people. All right, so you see the difference. Now, let's take a vote. Based on your expertise as the real estate agent, whenever a client asks you, if you think that we are going to see option 1, scenario 1, raise your hand. Okay? Raise your hand if you think scenario 2 will happen. What about the rest of you that did not raise hand? Okay? The third option would be a recession that I did not include over there because that's you. Okay, we're not going to talk about it because this is a positive meeting and that will not happen because we would speak to existence. And everything always works out for us. So diving into our local market, I wanted to actually give you a perspective, okay? So what are you going to see? I ran actually several scenarios. And what we are going to look at is Fort Bend County only, and then the entire greater Houston. I pull up the last 6 months to kind of give you an idea. So over here, I know this might be overwhelming. So what that means is the red is for sale, okay? In the last 6 months, under contract and sold. So what are you seeing over here? Fort Bend County, last 6 months. What is the pattern that you are noticing? Yes, yes. Say that again. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Let's break it down. Now, this is Fort Bend County. I included everything, meaning single family, duplex, patio homes, and townhouses and condos, okay? Fort Bend County, only 6 months. What are you gonna see over here that our for sale is up 12.4%. Our sold down 5.1%. Why do you think that is? Okay, more inventory. Okay, what else? Interest rates. Okay. Okay. Any other reasons why you think that we would see for sale houses not selling as fast as you mentioned? Go ahead. Or combination of everything that you guys said. Right? Now, this is actually very interesting. Look at it. So what I did over here, again, I'm giving you Fort Bend County, but I am showing you 3 years in quarters to give you perspective. What is that? That's our average days on market for under contract properties. Now, we know that our peak season was over here, right? In 2021, approximately. Would you agree? 2020 to 2021. Now, look at the Q4 of 2021. How many days? Can anybody read it? It's 33. What about the Q2 of 2024? 38. That's a difference of 5 days, my friends. What story are we telling ourselves that we just shared on the previous slide?
Nothing's changing. Just keep it.
Houses are getting longer to sell. Well, do they? Because this tells us otherwise. Right? So very interesting to see if you compare actually a Q1 of 2024, we were at 46. And now it's going significantly down and we are at 38. With the projection based on the interest rates actually competing with what we have seen in the Q4 of 2021. Keep that in mind. Please pay attention. All right, now let's look at the market dynamics of off-market. What does that mean? That's terminated as well as withdrawn, okay? You're expired. Now, this is actually a very interesting fact. If you actually look at the off-market properties, we are up in Fort Bend County for the last 6 months, 36%. That's crazy. I mean, we are talking about the average of 189 expires in one given month, peaking in late July at 236. What does that tell you? Tougher to sell, okay. You nailed it.
A lot of people. Yeah.
And now this cannot leave this room, but also a lot of bad agents that sellers are choosing to do business with because they still have the mindset that, oh, my house is great and all I need is to list it on an MLS with cell phone photos. Put a sign in my yard and the house will sell. That is no longer that case, my friends. And that's why we keep telling you, know your value, have a listing presentation. You might have been in a business for 30 years, but guess what? They're going to be interviewing multiple agents and your name's not going to do the heavy lifting anymore. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. Yeah, so what they are doing is weekly. See over here. So it's a rate every single week. Now let's take a look at this. This is months of supply of inventory. Month supply of inventory, and I pull up Fort Bend County in the last 2 years to, again, give you a perspective. Now, what we see over here is that in February, yeah, kind of January, February of 2023, that's where we have seen the peak, right? We were actually at 4 months. Well, check this out. In August of 2024, what we see is actually a really good pattern of recovery. And as the rate is going to be dropping based on the indicating factors of more applications, what do you think we're going to be seeing here in Fort Bend County? Exactly. It's going to continue to go down, right? Now, this is an overview of, again, 3 years to give you a perspective of for sale, sold, and off market, right? Now, look at a Q1 of 2021, which was the busy season, along with Q4 of 2021. What we have seen is for sales in Fort Bend County will actually, in Q2, right about 7,000 units, but in Q4, we have seen a significant decline. Well, guess what? Then we have, again, seen the peak over here in the Q3 of 2022 when we were 8,000 plus. Well, my friends, let's look at Q2 of 2024. Again, this is a 3 years overview. We have, significantly more houses for sale, but then also look at it. Our sold is higher than what we have seen in somewhere around here. And it's not such a significant decrease from our peak season. Pretty interesting. Same thing with our off market. Highest as it's ever been, right? Comparing to what we have seen, and yet not that significant comparing to our 2022 and Q4 of 2023. Now let's shift the perspective a little bit and let's look at a greater Houston, because we sell in the entire Houston. I hope you do. Now, what are you going to see over here is our month supply of inventory. Now, look at the difference from August of 23 to August of 24. Not really that significant. I mean, we are up 19%, but it's not dramatic. That's really what we see all across the United States. Now, let's look at this fun fact. Our median sold price is only down 0.6%. Why do you think is that? Our median sold price year over year, meaning August 2023 to August 2024, is down in Harris County, Montgomery County, and Fort Bend County, only 0.6%.
Maybe because we're right before an election right now, things are tough.
I don't think that's it. Kimbra, go ahead.
Just did a dial down on my area. Is the new construction is still high, and
yes,
but they're not selling, and they're now putting them on the MLS, and that's affecting, because if you look at resale,
yes,
different story.
Yes,
very good.
Yes, and yet, my friends, perception is all matters, and you are the one that gets to control the narrative. Depends on how you want to spin the story, and yet it's important for you to understand it, because this is what your consumers are going to see whenever they watch CNN, whenever they are going to watch the news. They are not going to dive into the difference of new construction versus residential. And Kimbra exactly brings up a great point. What HAR brings you, right, as an average, is all the sales that you see on HAR. They don't break it down. So it's super important that you guys are able to also understand the difference.
Can you briefly repeat Kimbra's answer, please? We didn't hear it online.
Yes, just one more. Okay, 1 second online. What did you say, sir?
That also sellers don't want to lower the price now.
The question is if that also means that the sellers don't want to lower the price right now. What do you guys think? They don't? Okay. Depends. Okay, Kimbra?
So why this is so in my face today is I've got a seller in a neighborhood competing with new construction. Finding the price that it will go has just been excruciating. And so I'm dialing down. I look at the whole 90-day look, the near 90 and the far 90, meaning back March to June, the huge drop in resale prices, and they're still not selling. It is just I'm really searching for a number to give them that I know that they will sell.
Yes.
Even the builder has taken over a 10% in decrease in their inventory homes. So that's why I'm showing them, Mr. Seller, I know it's uncomfortable, but you know, this is what's going on. And I even went back, I don't know if you can know this, but you can go into the archives of all the houses that are competing with your listing and see how many times they reduced, what was their original sales price, what's their sales price today. And I tell you, the story I wrote them, I know they're going to go, all right, right. They're going to reduce. We have to get everybody down. It's just, if they need to sell now, if they've got all day long to sit and wait and deal with, you know.
Yeah. What do you
that.
think the builders are gonna do in a Q4 with all their inventory? You nailed it. Absolutely. Now do me a favor, pick up your phone just for a minute and Google how many new construction permits have been issued in a Houston area. What number do you get? Oh.
343,790. Could be wrong, I'm just reading it. Oh no, 68,755 residential. I got 68,000.
New construction permits.
New construction.
Mm-hmm.
In 2024.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
343,000.
That's it. That's the number. Say the number again. Say it out loud.
343,779.
That's a huge number, my friends. Now, this is the entire Houston, obviously, and yet, if you look at a Fort Bend County, it's a scary high number. Scary high number. And they are all going to be competing with your residential sales. Pricing conversations are critical. Critical.
So if there's so much more new construction, I'm sorry, does that mean the prices are gonna get a lot lower for new construction?
Well, not necessarily, right? They are going to be impacting your residential sales, just like Kimbra said, especially if your new construction is actually being developed right next to your residential neighborhood that's been established in 1980.
But that will benefit the buyer.
Sure, yes. I mean, yes, they will. Yes, and yet leads, listings, leverage, absolutely, right? It will require separate skill set and really a market knowledge as you go on those listing appointments to set a proper expectations.
Well, I guess since I'm so new, I don't understand. How are you gonna get a buyer
Mhm.
and convince them that it's a better idea to go with a not new build instead of a new build?
Well, and I don't think that you would ever want to convince anybody, right? It just depends on the buyer's preference. If they are looking for a new construction or they want to be an established neighborhood resale.
Build. How do you sell that and be like, well, yeah, this is super new, brand new, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
But then this is not cheap and it's not new.
Well, that's something that they're also going to be covering in the class, by the way, coming up. So that you should be there, but it could be a variety of factors, right? It could be knowing the appreciation of the neighborhood year over year. It could be the school zoning. It could be variety of, absolutely, variety of factors. All right, location. Yes, go ahead. One more question.
I'm wondering from a financial point of view, how this is impacting pricing. So for example, you have a buyer who wants a $400,000 house, but because of interest rates, because of income, because of all this other stuff that's happened since COVID, can only afford a $300,000 house, therefore leveling out the median as well as not having those higher price points available. And then they just like, they don't want to buy because they want a $400,000 house for $300,000.
Yeah. And so what is the solution to this problem? Because it is a very common problem. Who said that? Set expectations during the buyer's consultation. Absolutely.
It doesn't also affect sellers and new construction because they're trying to sell their property, but the people who can buy their property can't buy their property.
Absolutely. Did you have an input, Tara? No? Kimbra, you had an input?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead and then we move on.
So I'm a curious person, and then when I can't figure out why did that agent just represent a buyer in the same neighborhood and choose new construction over my resale, which was a much better deal? I call them and to get the boots on the ground information. And it's the builder's incentives on financing. So it's our job, if we're representing a buyer and or a seller, let's help them find the scenario in the financing if they need to buy now. Help them find the same financing that the builder's offering. That's the buy down, the 2-1 buy downs. Back in the old days, they used to have a float down feature where they're like, go ahead and get under contract. And if your interest rate falls while you're under contract, we'll lock in at the lower one time. All these things. Be curious, ask the lenders, what do you have for me to help convince my buyer that we've hit the perfect scenario where the prices have fallen and the interest rates are modifying enough that you should grab it now, because when the interest rates hit 5%, if they ever do, we believe that it's going to go crazy into multiple offers again. Those sorts of things, just get your toolbox full of things to help them see that now is better than later. The known is better than the unknown.
Thank you, Kimbra. Great input. Now, what I want you to get out of this is that it is your job to study the market. It is your job to be the economic expert. And that's what, my friends, will set you apart from the average real estate agent up there, right? Now, this is another great resource. There are, of course, many of them, but anybody watches Mortgage News Daily and their website? Yes, 2 of you? It updates every single day, every afternoon. Sir, would you mind to expand on why do you actually visit that website, and what value do you get out of it?
So you can let people know what the mortgage rate trends are, because people are always asking you what the rates are, because they don't know.
Absolutely. Without having, of course, swayed opinions based on different companies, you're able to truly see what's happening. And then, of course, you can see the rates from the lenders in your local area, but this will give you the overall picture along with helpful articles of what's going on in the lending industry. It's called Mortgage News Daily. Mortgage News Daily. Also, they have an app, and you can also download the PDF report that you can customize and send it to your clients as a value. All right. What I'm gonna do is I want to play a quick exercise with you. Do we have the pieces of paper? I'm gonna share with you a piece of paper. Please don't look at it, okay? Please don't look at it. Have it in front of you. Thank you, Normie. Please don't look at it.
Secret? We have to write on it?
Secret. No. You don't need a pen. You don't need a phone. I would just need your undivided attention. Can you pass it along if you don't mind? Hold on. 1, 4.
You only have like that thing.
Greg, you're gonna play too?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody got one? Don't look at it. Raise your hand if you don't have one. Raise your hand if you don't have one. Everybody has one. Okay, fantastic. We don't need a pencil. You don't need a phone. I just need your undivided attention, and make sure that you are ready to pay attention. For those of you online, I'm going to go ahead and swap it for you too, so you guys can see it as well. What we are going to do is we are actually going to do exercise. It's a little experiment, but I think it will give you perspective. I'm trying to find a timer. Now, how do I find, oh, clock. That's it. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. So what I want you to do is, as I say 3, 2, 1, and I say 1, I want you to flip it over. And what are you going to see is a bunch of numbers. And I just want you to imagine you're back in elementary school and you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to see how far you can get within 60 seconds. What I want you to do is tap and go. You have to tap and go. For those of you, you're going to tap your laptop and go. You're on the piece of paper, you're going to just tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do it for 60 seconds, okay? See how far along you can get. Clear instructions? Whew, this is difficult. All right. So 3, 2, 1, go. Don't cheat. Tap and go. Tap and go. Start from 1. 1, 2, 3. Tap and go. Okay, I have people just counting all the numbers. So you got to start from number 1. "30 seconds left. Don't cheat. Tap and go. Use your fingers. Tap and go. 20 seconds. Tap and go. 15 seconds. Tap and go. 10-second warning. 5-second warning. Tap and go. 2 seconds. All right, turn it over. Turn it over. Everybody turn it over. Raise your hand if you got 8 or more. Wow, that's impressive. Good. Okay, raise your hand if you got 10 or more. 15 or more. 17 or more. Wow. 20 or more. 22 or more. 22 or more. I have 2 of you. Okay, what did you get?
I didn't get after that.
24?
54. And I didn't find after that.
You got 54?
Yeah.
And you started from number 1 to
Yeah.
2 to 3?
Yeah, but I didn't get 55.
Wow. Okay, what did you get? What number?
25.
25. Okay, just to confirm, you got 55?
I got 54, but I can't find 5.
Wow, but you started from number 1? That's impressive. Okay. All right, hold on. We're gonna play this one more time because that's the point of the exercise. Okay? We are gonna start from the beginning within 60 seconds. And what I want you to do is create a system. So you're gonna start with the top, middle, bottom, and then of course, 3 columns, just vision, okay? Or you can fold it wherever. Create a system, start from the top left. And you create a system starting again from number 1, going all the way to 54 and see what is your improvement. You gotta tap and go. 3, 2, 1, go. Tap and go. 45 seconds. Thirty seconds left. $15 seconds left. You got to tap and go. Tap and go. Ten-second warning. 5-second warning. And turn it around. Stop. Turn it around. This is the hardest thing ever. Okay. Did you guys get a higher number than the first time? Yes. Okay. Raise your hand if you got 30 or more. 5 of you. Okay. Raise your hand if you got 40 or more. Wow. Okay. 47 and more. You got all 54?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just top off. Absolutely. That's awesome.
That's impressive. For the rest of you, they didn't get to 54. What are your ahas? Just shout at me if you like, what did you learn? pattern, okay? Honesty.
Most people, when there's a situation like this, they go right in. You have to first evaluate what it is first before you start, and that saves you time upfront if you go in. But if you look at it, there was a pattern from the beginning.
There was a pattern from the beginning. Absolutely. Let's get her opinion. Do we have the microphone, Verna? Over there? Yeah, she will tell us the pattern.
It's a pattern more than that. It's the algorithm and it's a GT testing that I always help people.
Oh. Okay, so give them some helpful tips on how were you able to get 54 immediately.
I mean, I noticed the pattern and I just followed and I was quick enough.
What is the pattern?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Can we give him the microphone, Verna?
Would you show us in 45 second live how you like we want to see how did you do it?
We can do it after the team meeting. Absolutely.
I just want to learn this.
Let's go to Bincy.
So I did show my group over here how I did it because you told us the pattern the second time. The first time I had no idea what I was doing. The second time you told us the pattern. And I also had to block you out with all your number.
Yes.
30 seconds, whatever seconds. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I'm going to get them all. And you just keep going. And it was cool.
Fantastic. Why do you think that I did this exercise with you?
Yeah. Show how dumb you are. Just demonstrate how dumb we are.
No, to demonstrate, my friends. Can I get your attention just for a minute? I know you're all trying to find the numbers right now. Is that looking at this once with me at a team meeting is not going to do anything. You guys are going to find your own pattern and study those numbers to be able to get your desired result. How many of you for the first time found it overwhelming? Not those numbers, the numbers that I gave you, the piece of paper. Yes? Okay, about half of you. How many of you got stuck? Exactly. Now, as I told you how to do it for the second time, who found it easier? Most of you. And just like Bincy said, eliminate the outside noise. Eliminate the CNN and what they are telling you about the market. You have it all in front of you, and you guys are the specialists in the field. That was the whole point of the exercise, to make sure that you guys don't just, whoop, that was a great update. I got absolutely nothing out of it. Know your pattern. Look at it for the second time. Memorize it and be able to articulate it. Super important. All right, so who did we get? Ma'am, it was you who got 54 immediately for the first time? Dipti. Okay, congratulations. You're actually winning a free monthly agent bill. So for the following month. Yes. Well, you did not raise your hands first. So next time we are going to play more games. Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Let's enjoy some lunch. And I hope this was a helpful information. Appreciate you.